Hey everyone, this is Caroline with the Expat Interviews Thriving Abroad, where we go all over the globe to find awesome, cool people. And I have got the coolest person today. I didn't have to go too far because she's not too far away from me. Miss Lyndra Little, thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And you are in beautiful Mexico in Querétaro. So
yes, I am.
I know everybody's going to want to know, where is this fabulous ball player? How did she get to Mexico in Querétaro playing for the women's team? You play for the women's basketball team there, right?
Yes, I do.
And it's called
Libertadores.
Okay. So how did you get there? How did you get to that team?
I was in Egypt maybe a month ago now playing. And one of my friends told me that Mexico was starting a new league, and I thought it would be a great idea. So I hit my agent up and I said, so what's the summer plans? Because I usually play maybe 1 month, 2 months in the summer. He said that he would inquire about it. He did. He linked me with the general manager here, and we set the contract up, and they put me on the plane, and now I'm here.
Wow. How's your Spanish?
Muy poquito. But I can understand Spanish as far as basketball terminology when the coach is talking. So.
Oh, of course. That's like a universal language.
Yeah, it is.
So was this your first time coming to Mexico?
No, not my first time. I've been to Cabo, Tulum, Cancun, your typical tourist
right.
areas.
But as a tourist, not as a player. Okay.
Right.
So how does it feel to be playing? I mean, how did the other teammates, feel about this American superstar playing on their team?
Well, I think everybody's received me pretty well. Like, the fans are great. Honestly, I think this is my 12th professional year. This club by far is probably top 3 as far as being professional and having everything in order. You know what I mean? The payment is on time. They do what they say. They have top tier facilities as far as physio and treatment. So everybody's cool. The fans are great. My teammates are great. It's still early in the season. We're just figuring out how to mesh with each other still.
Right.
So
and
I don't have no complaints.
How have the fans received you? Do they expect, I don't know, do they expect like American style moves and plays, or are they just kind of just enjoying?
Yeah, when I catch the ball, a lot of times I hear the fans yelling littles one-on-one, and I'm like, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Yesterday somebody gave me their baby over the railing. The baby couldn't have been more than 3 weeks old. I love kids, but I'm sweaty, I'm dirty. I'm holding the beautiful baby. But I've never seen fans like this, except for when I was in college, like March Madness. Like, they're very dedicated.
Wow. So that's interesting that you get that love, because that's feeling some love for, somebody to, hand their baby to you for your blessings. Wow. Very cool. So what would you say so far about, in general? I know there's some other sisters that are playing in other teams throughout Mexico. Do you stay in touch with them, or is each person just kind of on their own?
Same approach that I kind of take with every team in every country. I feel like with Americans, especially, us Black people, we all got to stick together no matter what country we're in. Like, you're my competitor on the court, but as soon as we step on the court, I'm introducing myself. I'm talking, I'm joking with you. I'm asking you where you from after the game to try to create an open dialogue for the future. What's your Instagram? If you need anything, let me know. Since I am one of the older players that is here, I try to make sure that, that you can call somebody. Like, we're in this country on different teams, but we all in this together in case something happens.
Yeah. When did you start playing with the team? When did you arrive?
3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
Okay, so you're a newbie here, and it's still kind of early, but what is the dynamic that you've noticed so far with, with basketball in general? Is it something that, because, in the US, we're like gung-ho, basketball is up there with baseball and football.
Yeah.
But what is the dynamic here you've noticed so far in the short time that you've been here in Mexico?
Well, I've actually seen some American football players here. So they have a smaller football team, and not soccer football, but football. I've seen that. I know that a lot of South American, well, they like soccer opposed to basketball, but all of the fans here are receiving this new women's basketball league here in Mexico very well. And not just here in Querétaro, but all over where all the other teams are. Like they're really into it. And I think that this league is really on to something. I think this year is really good, but I think next year is going to be even bigger.
That's awesome. Are you going to stay on, or are you just going to, pass through? You're going to come back?
I would love to come back. I just always try not to get, too far ahead of myself. But so far, I would absolutely return. I don't have a problem with the city, the country, the people, the management, the team. Everybody's great. I have zero complaints. I would definitely come back.
What is it, because you've played in other countries, what does it feel like as an American playing, and not even so much just the basketball aspect of it, but just being in another, as a professional sports person, what does it feel like for you playing for another country's team?
It kind of, you're not a tourist, but then you're not a resident. So you're kind of like weirdly in the middle.
Right.
Some things apply to you and some things do not apply to you. But one, I'm always mindful of rules, regulations, different cultures, how to be respectful. Because safety is always a big thing. But as far as a player, it's like I think women's basketball players are more accepted abroad than they are in the US. I feel much more comfortable usually okay, Egypt was a different story. I did not feel comfortable in Egypt, but I played in Spain for 6 years. I played in Italy. I feel like basketball is more accepted and appreciated for your skill and your talent as a woman, opposed to how you look, how you walk, how you talk, the aesthetics of it, more so overseas. I feel more comfortable being myself a lot of times when I'm abroad.
Why do you think that's so?
Well, I mean, I think that because in America, we have ideals of what things should be. You know what I mean? Like, and especially with women's sports. A lot of times it's hard to get viewers unless like you just love basketball. Like I love basketball. I'm gonna watch high school basketball, college basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, every basketball I'm watching it. But with a broader target audience, it's hard to kind of get people to watch women's sports. And I kind of feel like they use certain things as a gimmick. You know what I mean? Tighter clothes. Who's the prettiest? What is she wearing? How many Instagram followers does she have? To bring in fans. It's not really about like, who has the best pull up or who has the best D or who can just flat out go get you a bucket. Some of them can, but it's still, like we're still not selling out arenas. We're still not, people aren't rushing to buy jerseys, and you still got a problem with the roster and the salary cap in the WNBA. You still have issues with just limited amount of space for players. Like unless you're a first round draft pick, you're gonna most 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get cut, because the first round draft picks have guaranteed contracts. The second and third round draft picks do not. So
you're
unless
at their
you
mercy,
just flat
right?
out, yeah. So then there's that. But that's just like women in general. Like we get paid less. We're always second, you know. So over here, they just listen. You put that ball in that basket, they go crazy.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I worked in radio for many years, and a lot of our in smooth jazz radio, and a lot of the top artists did better overseas than they did in the US. Like people like Al Jarreau, like he used to practically live in Europe, you know, because he would sell out show after show after show. But you know, it was hard in the US to, like, you know, and he's a, you know, classic musician.
Yeah.
And it was hard for him to sometimes, you know, get a full gig here and there. So that's really interesting that, you know, we find that abroad people are more intense, or they're just more appreciative of.
I think they appreciate the artistry, or just the skill set. You know, like they don't care what you look like. They don't care about your name, the politics behind it. If it sounds good, it's working, that's what they want. They're not really here to buy a product. They're buying what they want and what they see that is being productive.
Wow, that's well said. But yeah, I could see that. Well, I'm excited. So you're going to be like scoring 500 each game from now on, right? And we're going to be following you.
No. The first important thing, my job is to win games. It don't care if I score 1 point. We got to win the game first, and then we'll let the points sort itself out later.
Well, I think if you score 500 in a game, it's a wrap, right?
I mean, if I score 500 in a game, I think I could probably just retire.
Of course. So we're gonna be watching you. So after this, where are you off to? I mean, is that something that you'd like to do, to be, you know, play in other countries and participate in other teams? I mean, for your future, is that what you see yourself doing?
Well, I'm 35, so I plan on playing maybe one more year. My trainer thinks differently because he thinks I could play like 4, but I want to get into coaching when I'm finished, and just developing the next generation. And so I don't know, like I have different options to go back to play in Europe, whether it's Spain, Italy, Hungary was one of them. I like playing in Puerto Rico because it's like a vacation on top of basketball. They got a good league down there as well. But I'll probably be back in Europe somewhere in November. I just don't know where yet.
Exciting. That's exciting. Well, I am so excited that you took the time out to touch base with us. Can we follow you?
Yes. And I'll follow you back. And it's your birthday. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. This is
You're
a
welcome.
treat for me. What is your IG handle? How can we follow you?
It's L_Little. So L_LITTLES.
All right. So we're going to be watching those games in Querétaro.
Cool. Sounds great to me.
Oh, thank you so much for spending this time, and so much success and blessings for you in the future. And you know, whether you believe it or not, or you probably do, it's such a blessing to be able to, you know, to work, especially here in Mexico, to work with, you know, underrated teams, people that are, you know, considered third world. You know, it's such a blessing for someone like you to come, and I know it's money, but you know, just the fact that you said yes.
No, I said this the first day that I got here. Mexico is a beautiful country, and as all countries, every country I've been to has its problems, and I'm from America, but America has plenty of problems. Mexico is a beautiful country, and I think some of the things that get out in our media is a tad bit overrated. You know what I mean? Like, you got bad areas everywhere. You got gangs everywhere with different names, you know what I mean? But everything is relatively good. They are good people. They are hardworking people. And it really is a beautiful country.
Thank you, my sister. You hang in there and keep doing what you're doing. Lots of blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Blessings to you too. Have a good day. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.